me today. Just maybe a few words about Angelus. You know, that's really what's Angelus is really my life, the place where I grew up. My life is completely dedicated to the wine. Angelus, of course, is my roots, but the wines, generally speaking, because I also, and we will have wines for different countries. We have wine from different countries sometimes for tastings. Just a few words about Angelus. It's the style of Angelus, because I always want to talk about the style of Angelus. Angelus is really a breed. I like to work really with the selection of block, which is true here, is not true there, the rootstock, the soils. It's really very, very important to work in the vineyard. First of all, I consider myself as a farmer. You know, I start, my father gave me, I don't know, the sécateur, to prune the vines. I don't know exactly the name, but to prune the vines.
It's an English word, sécateur.
Yes. That's a sécateur. My father gave me a sécateur when I was 7 years old. I received a sécateur. My friends, electric train, myself, sécateur. That's really, I grew up with the idea of, which is very important, is to become a farmer. That's step by step. I consider that what we can do in the vineyard is so important, finally, for the quality of the wine. And if you have the great terroir, if you do nothing, it's not enough. And I fight sometimes with people who say you have to do. It's not because you have a great terroir that you have just to say my terroir is the wine. No, it's not enough. The signature of Angelus is, of course, the style of Angelus. We're on the south slope of Saint-Emilion, but it's also the different blend grape varieties. We have a lot of Cab Franc, and really I fall in love with the Cabernet Franc. And when I took over from my father, they blend together during the harvest, the Cab Franc and the Merlot together, but really now we do it. First of all, we have 15 hectares of Cabernet Franc, and we have 10 hectares which are over than 65 years old. And really, this is the secret. The Cabernet Franc, for me, is the most difficult grape variety in Bordeaux. First of all, for the Cabernet Franc, you need minimum 20-25 years before you can sing to make great wines. Before that, you put in the second table and the third table, but you need time really for the Cab Franc. Then for the Cab Franc, if you have more than 30 hectoliters per hectare, don't think 1 minute you can make a Grand Vin. You can do that with Cabernet Sauvignon, you can do that with the Merlot. I am not a fan of the very low yield, but for the Cabernet Franc, I never tasted a great Cabernet Franc with a high crop in the vineyard. And then the Cabernet Franc is very sensitive for the milieu, for everything, and the Cabernet Franc is very sensitive when you have rain, when it's too dry. That's really the naughty grape varieties in the region. That's everybody, not everybody fortunately, but a lot of people pull out the Cabernet Franc. And you have what I can hear about Cabernet Franc very unusually on the left hand, sometimes with the Lascaux, the Delon family, they say we put 5-10% in the blend, but it's very unusual. In Pessac-Léognan, I didn't hear really a lot of things about Cabernet Franc. This is really the right bank, and if you are on the right bank, it's like Croissant from, and a good example is Lafleur and Petrus 100% Merlot, because this is really the answer of the soil, the clay, and Lafleur, which is the neighbor, you have less clay with the Cabernet Franc. The Cabernet Franc is a great variety when you have not too much clay. You need about 10 to 15% from it. More than 15% is really too high, and less is not enough. That's really the piece of land where you can really make the great Cabernet Franc is not so important. Well, the signature of Angelus is the Cabernet Franc. It's not usually it's between 40 to 45%. Exceptionally, it's a little bit more. We can talk about that, but the Cabernet Franc is really the breed of Angelus. And also also the capacity in vintages like 2003 or some very warm vintage where the Cabernet Franc moderates and gives the freshness, the spiciness, and the long finish, and it's very, very important. Well, then after my other goal is always to try to have the harmonious wine, and I just need to remember what when I was student with Emile Peynaud, he talked to the student, if you want to buy a house, you have three very important things. The first thing is the location, the second thing is the location, and then third is the location. And if you want to make grand vin, great wines, there are three very important things: the harmony, the harmony, and the harmony. That's always something I try to reach in terms of extraction, especially we don't have the wine now, but on my vineyard in Hubert de Bouard, we work on a new shape of vats to get the best extraction, the gentle extraction. Of course, you have to mix the grapes at the right amount, you have to do the selection in the vineyard, the block, and to select. I think if the Merlot is too ripe, it's not good, or you can wait. But the job you do during the fermentation is so important. What is the extraction? It's not because you do the extraction so strongly that you get the best wine. I'm sure that the management of the extraction is one of the top things to catch the harmony in the wine. And finally, I think also another thing very important during the aging. I think the wood is very important as a support to the wine, but if the wood overtakes the wine is not great. But which is more important is when we are so happy to have the lees. The lees is something which is a natural sediment from the wine. It's good to work with the lees because we can work with less sulfur in the wine. The lees naturally protect the wine against the oxidation, but I understand if the lees are good. Could be with the yeasts and the battery. If you don't care about that, it would be dangerous to that. So you have to manage. But if it's good, you can keep the wine for maybe 10 months with no sulfur in the wine, or very, very low quantity of sulfur. You protect the aroma, you protect the quality of the tannin, and I think it's always better. I have nothing against the surface of the wine, but I think if it's too high, maybe you could have headache, or you could maybe you could drop part of the quality of the wine. Well, I don't want to be too long. Maybe you will have questions. Maybe you don't have to force the nature. When you force nature, you extract some good things and some bad things. That's always the way you have to say, do I go too fast or too strong, or is it good for the wine? That's really, and when you taste the berry, this is very important. Before the harvest, you taste your crop and you say the skin, the seeds, and you can feel which is good and not good. You do the decision of the harvest when you feel that really everything is good. And when it's overripe for Merlot, you say, yes, I have sugar, but it's good, but it's too much, and it's not fresh enough, and we lost a part of the truth of the quality of the Merlot. That's really something very important. And with the interaction is the same.
I'm going to leave in the hands of Richard.
I'll take it. That's just enjoy it.
For the Brettanomyces, the pH is more dangerous for all the microbiology of the vines, and also because when you add sulfur in the wine, the pH is very important in terms of activity of sulfur. That's the reason if you have a white wine with a pH at 3.3, you can have very low quantity of sulfur, and the sulfur is very active. At 3.8, don't think that the sulfur is an answer. Sulfur is not an answer. The clean everything, but the sulfur is not an answer. The wine we have made in the region of Bordeaux in the 40s, when when you are able to taste in 45, 47, 48, 49, it's very high proportion of alcohol. I don't think so that because we have the acidity, we have everything. I am scared when you have very high alcohol level and very low acidity. That could be dangerous. But when you have a good pH with alcohol, I think I didn't taste many times, but I tasted one time, two, 3 times Hubert 47. I think the alcohol level is always 14.5, and the wine is still alive. I'm not scared when the pH. Once again, it's a question of balance. Very low acidity and with high alcohol. You have this kind of thing when you have a really overripe Merlot. I got what, especially on the right hand. When you have very overripe Merlot, it's very good. It's very good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Then it's brown. Then it's finished and it's sober. That's good for, yes, 10 years. You have to know that.
What?
I think when it's very Merlot overripe, with very low acidity and very high alcohol, it's very good. Or it's a style. I don't know if it's very good, but it's a style which gives pleasure for some people. But after 10 years, the wine is.
Yeah.